Hey everybody, welcome back to the D Rich Show. This is D Rich, and today is February 13th, 2023. I hope that everybody is doing well this Monday. We're going to try to keep it consistent with making content on Monday, but moving forward, we want to put out more content as we start to see a lot of different things pop up in the news. But anyway, I hope that you guys had a wonderful weekend, enjoyed the Super Bowl. If you had those festivities going on, I hope that you celebrated in good spirits and were around some good folks and things like that. So, and if your team didn't win, I apologize for that. And if your team won, good for you. And I'm happy for you. So, anyway, I hope that everybody's doing well and that you guys are in good health, good spirits, good energy as always. So, anyway, today I wanted to uh, point out some things that's been going on that we are being distracted by. Some of the things that we are starting to experience, whether it be here in the United States or other countries worldwide. So, what we wanted to do is start reporting a little bit more on the channel. I know that normally we talk about digital assets, cryptocurrency here on the channel. However, sometimes when we've talked about that to an extent ad nauseum, that we now want to kind of focus on some other things, hoping that you took some of my previous content and used discernment with some of your investments. We will continue to do that here on the channel and kind of give little nuggets here and there so that you could go out and do your thing and continue to keep your eye on the prize. But at the same time, keep your eye on what's going on around you in your world, your communities, your cities, your states, wherever it may be. So anyway, what I'm looking at here is this this derailment here in Palestine, Ohio, that not a lot of people are really talking about, and I think this is one of the biggest news stories that we can actually discuss and talk about. I don't know what's actually going on. I can only speculate by what I see here in this picture, by some of the other things that I've started to see pop up, which is very concerning. So anyway, there was some crews out there who burned toxic chemicals, which after a train derailed 5 days ago near the Pennsylvania state line, East Palestine Fire Chief Keith Drabick said on Wednesday. All right, so again, I believe they blew the. Not, I don't want to use the term blew up the trains, but I think that they got those things to where they needed to be, where all of this thing is spreading now over the skies, and now we're starting to see animals perish, things that the breathability is toxic, and this is kind of like what they are calling a modern day Chernobyl, where a lot of things are just not right about this. So we wanted to report on this just a little bit and kind of keep your eyes on this, because this is going to be huge. This right here is going to be huge, and it's going to play a major role. Which climate activists, we haven't heard from them, but this is going to play a role at some point, because if this continues to spread, it could be toxic, and they can actually, shut some areas down where they're going to restrict a lot of movement there. So pay attention to it. You got, livestock, you got farming there, huge farming there, I believe, in that area, and is moving towards different states, New York, Pennsylvania, and things like that. So we'll keep an eye on that, but most definitely, again, always pay attention to your surroundings, and if these things are happening, make sure that you have your tools, your necessities available to you, so that you can take care of yourself when it comes to that. So anyway, let's move forward, because there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about on the video today where it might be kind of like, all right, where is he going? What is he getting at? I'm just letting you know this story is not being reported on by mainstream media, and not a lot of people are being able to report on this. As you can also see, there's people being arrested for trying to really report the truth on this. So it's kind of like a very sensitive topic, but we're going to talk about it because we need to make sure that people are safe, and we're getting the word out and making sure that we're always paying attention to what the people are doing to we the people, okay? And we'll get to that a little bit later in the video. But anyway, they're going to distract you with, again, the Super Bowl. Perfect timing. We got Damar Hamlin. And I know that I've been on this tear about this Damar Hamlin situation over the last couple videos. This still doesn't sit right with me. And we're going to talk about it, because I think that what we're starting to see is people catching on. This just doesn't seem right. How do you go a month and 10 days and you're running around like everything is okay? Okay, actually it was a week that he got released from the hospital and was able to go to a Buffalo Bill game, which was not only a few weeks ago, and I just don't really get it. But anyway, we do wish him well if this is the case. However, we want to make sure that we're calling out the bullshit shenanigans, the nonsense, the trickery, the fuckery, and the rituals that they're portraying onto the public. And let me just point this out, okay? I used to like LeBron, all right, but when he came to Hollywood, you started to see. I used to live in LA. I used to see some of the things that a person shouldn't see. But anyway, that's not here nor there. But we're looking at this. Look, what is he throwing up, right? You got the 666 on the fingers, right? And then here, I wanted to point this out. I don't know how this picture is taken or whatnot, but let me just say this. Look at this here, okay? Is that his right hand or his left hand? This is the question that you have to ask yourself. Even if it's a reverse photo, I get it. But is that his right hand or his left hand? And you have to be honest with you. It looks like his right hand. All right, and you go down here on this, page here, Damar Hamlin's page. I'll go ahead and look at this here. That looks like his left hand there, okay? And if you really look at photos and everything else like that, you could tell that this could be photoshopped in there. I'm just saying. I'm just speculating, okay? But it just seems so weird that that tattoo is on the left hand there, and the tattoo right there is on the right hand. So tell me that I'm wrong, or if I'm crazy. I would love to hear what you got to say in the comments in the video. Just asking a question. Please help me out. Anyway, so the honors was on February 9th. And then this photo of Damar was posted on February 8th. Okay. Let's just go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and open that. No tattoo, right? February 8th, as you can see on this check from the NFLPA. You see all of this, and you see all the symbolism, guys. Okay? You just think about it in your own head, sitting there. Boom. Here. And then with the trophy where his privates are. Just symbolism at its finest. If you want to take a peek at it like that. Then you keep going down here. Okay? He posted this, not me. Clone. I don't know. So anyway, enough of that stuff. If you are paying attention, then you'll know that there's some tomfoolery going on with a lot of stuff. And listen, as I told you, this is the year of the Antichrist. When I made a video a couple weeks ago, I told you all this. This is how they're going to come in and try to deceive you, to try to use different things to manipulate your feelings, to bring in a false spirit or like like a false prophet of some sort. And again, I wish DeMar well, and I wish that his spirits are well. And you know what? If he did survive, then I'm willing to accept that. But also, I'm not going to be here to sit there and tell you how I feel. Is I just think that there's something weird and off about this, especially for a person who went to this game, actually was there, heard things through certain individuals that I believe I can trust when they say certain things that were right there and there at the stadium. But as a Buffalo Bills fan, I find this a little concerning as well. Okay, and as a Buffalo Bills fan, I know that Bills Mafia, we have some of the loyalist fans in the world. We travel well. We do love our team. Okay. However, this right here is putting a damper on my commitment to this team in particular because of the shenanigans. And if the shenanigans are not truthful, then I can't support something that has deceit written all over it. And you know what? Some people might think that this is legit. It could be legit, but for me, it doesn't sit well with my spirits. It doesn't sit well with my soul. So, like, again, you see the rituals, you see all of this other stuff, and it's just amazing how people are eating up this crap. Anyway, this is just a little bit article that I was going over about the Super Bowl and how they want to control everything as far as venues, violating like free speech, things like that. People can't advertise or promote their personal businesses within zones, and this even happens in other events across the world. And I just want to kind of keep you abreast of what the NFL brings to the table when it comes to their stranglehold over people, communities, things like that. Even I'm guilty of it because, again, I participated in going to games this season. At first, when people were kneeling for the national anthem, there was no NFL. Okay, and it took me a long time to kind of come back around because I started to see that they weren't really propagating that. So I kind of got back on the train a little bit, and this stuff happened in Cincinnati, and I would see behind the smoke and mirrors. So it's kind of like, all right, now I'm kind of like already knowing that some of these, like Super Bowl halftime shows already demonstrate, different type of stuff, where they do, symbolism. Just for example, we seen yesterday's Super Bowl halftime show, and we'll get to that for a minute. But anyway, I'm just saying, keep eye on the NFL, man. If you want to keep giving them your money to violate yourself, and again, there was a time where some of these franchises were mandating that you have certain things, violating your freedom, violating your medical, violating your privacy, things like that. And you know what? When those things happen, I will avoid all of those type of venues. If you don't have those type of restrictions and things like that, then yes, I will. I will oblige, but also be cognizant of certain things around me as well. So anyway, I think the Buffalo Bills were one of those organizations, and we do, as we reported on, there's been multiple incidents, unexpected health issues or incidents with the Buffalo Bills I believe that they mandated children from the age of 5 on up to show their passports and things like that, and had to be vaccinated, things like that. Now, again, you have every individual right to do whatever you want, and that is totally cool with me. But at the end of the day, I will say that I think that there's more risks that come along with it. So if you are listening to me as a father, as a parent who has children, okay, I have a stepdaughter, I have my own personal daughter, and my 2 boys, okay, so I have 4 total children. They will not do any of that because I, as a parent, have to do my own research, and I have to understand where I'm coming from. And if that's what you choose to do, I pray that you think better of it. So anyway, Stu Peters putting out some good information, putting out some fire lately. And here is this Netflix film, okay? And it's very suggestive, all right? Okay, and he goes on to say, I don't know if you are into fictional drama and far-fetched movie plots, but if you have time to kill, I might suggest this film about a toxic train derailment in Ohio causing an airborne toxic event. Of course, it's just a movie, so there's nothing to worry about. So I would go and check that video out on Netflix when that comes out. I'm not sure. Yes, it should be already on there. So anyway, this is what that map was looking like as I was telling you. 200-mile radius. These regions include 190 counties. Okay, and again, this is huge. Look how huge that red spot is in comparison. It's wiping out almost that whole state and half of that state and some of this. Okay, I'm down here in Nashville. Okay, I'm somewhere right up in here. So you can just imagine the distance. Okay, you got Kentucky right there. You got Ohio, who's greatly being affected. South Carolina, North Carolina, things like that. So, that's huge. Okay, that's huge, toxic. Okay, and as he's saying, your government is trying to kill you. Okay, not only with what we just spoke about when it comes to the vaccine. Here, and again, they're not reporting on this. They don't want people to know about this. All right, there's this, died suddenly. You could go check out Stu's page. I encourage you to do so if you are on Twitter. You can also give me a follow at drich5531. And if you want to go ahead and check out Stu's page, it is at Real Stu Peters over here on Twitter. So again, he's reporting on it. This is huge. He's also reporting on the trend that is noticeable. Okay, again, Rihanna had this jacket on, had red, and then I do believe it was a pentagram, as Stu was pointing out, on her belt here. And when she took this huge jacket off, the belt ties or whatever that you tie your jacket with was hanging. And I said to myself, you have to be kidding me. The symbolism is real. Okay, you know what do we look at? We look at the devil as having a red tail, okay, and a red outfit, things like that. So it's all there for you folks to check out and see. And then again, here Stu is coming with the fire. Here's a better view of Damari Hamlin's blasphemous jacket. Our prayers might have saved his life, but apparently not his soul. And again, folks, I told you this is the year of the Antichrist, and this is where they're going to bring in these false prophets, these false like miracles and things like that. So this is why I'm telling you to be careful of who you follow and what you digest and what you consume as truth. Okay, if you think that is truth, I would always research and look at other people's ideas. Don't be closed off to other people's ideas. You might not like some of the things that I say, and that's totally cool. You could tell me, hey, you really were offended by this. or whatever. But you know what? I'm gonna have to speak my truth. All right. And if you don't agree, you don't even have to listen, because we want to speak the truth about things here on the channel and make sure that that truth penetrates, so that you can kind of start second guessing everything, because everything is not what it seems. So anyway, look at this jacket. Okay. Yeah, it's a mockery of Christ. Okay. It's a mockery of Christ, Jesus Christ, who was crucified on the cross and died for our sins. And here this person is doing that. It's blasphemous, and it just shows you what these people will do to deceive you. And if you're not paying attention, you think that this is all cute. Oh, Damar, you're here and all. Listen, well, let me be clear. This is some crap. All right, they're playing witchcraft on you. They're jinxing you. They're doing all of this voodoo on you, whatever you want to call it. Okay, you need to wake up. Okay, you need to look through the fog, because they're trying to deceive you. And I told you before, didn't I tell you before? The first video that I had made a couple weeks ago regarding Damar. If you haven't heard it, I encourage you to go back and listen to it, so you can see that what I talked about then is relevant to today. All right, about the false prophet, the false images, and now we have the mockery of Christ, right? So there you have it. I wanted to talk about these couple things, and then next, the other distractions that were starting to pop up here. And then before we end it, I'm going to tell you how to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Prepare for this, because I've been preparing, and I hope that you've been preparing, because I know I've left a bunch of nuggets in my digital crypto video. So, U.S. working to identify 3 objects shot down from the sky as China concerns escalate, right? So now we're starting to see UFOs. We're starting to see these stupid balloons and things like that all across the world. Okay. And what I'm going to say is, do not be alarmed. Do not be distracted. There is a scary event that is going to occur. Okay. And if you are just watching it like me, with wide open lens to see, you're going to understand that you're going to get deceived by drones. I don't know. You got different holograms, different type of technology, and this is how I do imagine that they'll start shutting things down, where this is going to activate some sort of martial law of some sort. Okay, and they're going to have the worldwide distractions that are distracting you from what's happening with Nord Stream pipelines, who's doing it, what your government is doing over here in Palestine. Okay, Ohio, you're having all of these Hunter Biden issues with the laptop and all of this other crap that they're trying to distract you from. So keep your eye on the prize, keep focused, and things like that, because you're starting to see some of these committees go after the deep state. And if you're watching them in Congress, they are actually asking some really tough questions, so don't get distracted. But in the meantime, before we get up out of here for today, I want to also remind you that you need to make sure that you're doing all of the things that you need to be doing to prepare for any such lockdown, any such martial law where they suspend habeas corpus, some of those other things that will happen. Trust me, I do believe at some point in time, I don't know how it will happen, when it will happen, but I assume that it could happen. I'm only speculating by some of the things that I'm starting to see around the world. And for the folks that are in Turkey, I want to make sure that you have been in my prayers, your family, your loved ones, and the devastation there. It's just, it's unfolding in biblical proportions that there's no way that we cannot see it. So I pray for all of you. I pray for your family. And I just want to make sure that you know that I'm thinking about you. Make sure you're preparing. Have a bunch of water. Have a bunch of non-perishable food items, matches, lighters, propane, gas. Make sure you have a little bit of some stored away. Make sure that you have candles and things like that if the lights go out. Make sure that you have a generator if you can afford one. Okay? Make sure that you can get a solar generator from Amazon. That might help you. If you go to one of your local stores, you get your generator. Make sure you have a little gasoline, things like that. Some items to make sure you're cooking your food with. Propane is a good source. You could go to any place to go get them. You can go to Walmart, Target, things like that. You could go in there, select department stores and get that stuff. So make sure you have those things. Make sure you have items that will keep you warm, things like that. Make sure you have all of those things prepared and ready. If you're a 2A person, make sure you have enough, if you get what I'm saying. And make sure you're taking care of your family, making sure that you have all of your communication stored properly, making sure that you have all of your important data backed up, and make sure it's secure, make sure it's offline or whatever. And if you are an investor of digital assets, please have all of your assets off the exchange, and make sure you protect yourself. Make sure you have a couple dollars, singles, not 20s, not hundreds, not tens. That's not going to get you anything. Yes, it's cool to have some, but your dollar bills, making sure that you stack up on your precious metals, your silver, preferably. I'm a silver guy. I love silver. So those type of items you want to make sure you're keeping handy and making sure that you're having available. All right. And if you're like trying to start your own garden, go out and get you some seeds, because those are going to be valuable. You're going to have to do it yourself. There's going to come time where we're going to have to embrace those ideas or possibilities, where we become our own supply chain. We support ourselves. We take care of ourselves the way we need to, and we get rid of the people who are being toxic to us and putting horrible things in our food. All right. So again, 2023 is off to an amazing start, I guess, if you want to call it that, when it comes to some tomfoolery. And I think we're just getting started. And I do believe that we are going to have some turbulent, and it's going to get bumpy, folks. So prepare, strap in, buckle up, do whatever you need to do. And if you are needing, make sure you get you some oxygen mask. I want to go over here real quick. I know that I'm not promoting this channel, but I want you to go and look at some of this. They got MREs over here. This is Atlantic Firearms and things like that. They got some other things. Where is it? I wanted to make sure. Anyway, just go check this thing out. This website here. There is gas masks. There are things like that you can go ahead and check out. So I won't stay on there too much longer. And again, as you can see, the U.S. shoots down third UFO, unidentified object. That's what they're calling it. It's all over the news to distract you. So anyway, I'm out of here for today. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. And we'll start putting out more content, more videos. And if you guys like these videos, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. And if you'd like me to continue to talk about subjects or things that are going on in the world, let me know in the comments. If you want me to get back to digital assets, things like that, I'll do that as well. But I'd like to hear from you folks. Anyway, take care, God bless, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.